and for the teachers to save hours of time that they would normally spend grading. The students become more engaged because they can interact with each other socially through features like chatting in real time with other students in a messaging style that they're familiar with, because students, all they do is text these days. In short text-style messages, they can communicate with each other. Leads to higher engagement and a more conversational learning style. The market that we're going after is the standardized classes market in the entire United States. We're starting with advanced placement, where we already have 14 subjects, over 4,000 questions. What we're ultimately going to do is go into test prep, Common Core, which has recently become standardized, and all of these other standards where standardization is a trend in the education today. That's what we're going after, all these standardized classes. And just in the United States, that's a market of around $3 billion, not to even include the world. The way we make money is by offering teachers a premium plan. It's a freemium model. Freemium, another hint for the bingo players. You owe me $25,000. We're using a freemium business model where teachers can pay for premium services, or the parents of students can pay for practice exams that students can use. They already pay for that through things like Kaplan, Princeton Review, all these practice exams that are out there. So parents can pay, or teachers can pay, for solving their problem. So we have premium practice exams for parents or students, or a simple classroom management solution for teachers. And based on a survey that we've done, along with a test marketing campaign where we took pre-orders for teachers, 2% of teachers are willing to pre-order just based on the demo video that we showed. And we can be profitable at a 1% conversion rate. But ultimately what we're going to have on our hands is something that every single teacher, a community that every single teacher is going to want to be a part of, and where students are going to gain the benefit of being part of this community, interacting with each other, getting access to all this premium content to make their exams seem easier. Competitive landscape is pretty fierce. As we saw earlier, there was another education company just presenting earlier this session. And especially in terms of content providers, there are quite a few players out there. There's Kaplan, there's a few startups up and coming like Boundless and another startup, other startups that are doing content. But what really distinguishes our offering from our competitors is this community around the content, where this community, the social aspect of it, just isn't emphasized in the content providers at all. Like, for example, my co-founder, he's teaching a class right now and they're using Canvas. And he didn't find out about the ability to create and share content with teachers until 6 months after he'd already been teaching the class. So the emphasis of a content-based community just isn't there in any of the other content providers. And this is actually our secret sauce. Our secret sauce is the emphasis on this open community. And as I mentioned before, this secret sauce has benefits for students, students, teachers, and also ourselves. The benefits to student is that they can engage and learn with other students around the world in a conversational learning style. And they can think about their own thinking because they get instant feedback based on what assignments they submit. Instant feedback. They can think about their own thinking. And for teachers, it's automated grading because not only are multiple choice questions automatically graded, but with long form, free response questions, they can crowdsource the grading to other students in their class, just based on a simple rubric. And they get access to quality content created by other teachers, sourced by other teachers, voted on by other teachers. The benefit to us as a company is that we get an accelerated content base and the benefit of network effects that occur where every single student and teacher is going to want to be a part of this.
Okay, you guys and gals, think about whom you are thinking is going to be top gun, third place, or second place. This year we're actually adding second and third place prizes because we've had Hutchison Law Group and James Moore step up and say that they would like to participate in those prizes for those places. So those will be announced as well during the Top Gun awards dinner tonight. So I'm going to call up the Startup Weekend folks who have worked through the weekend and probably haven't had much sleep, but that's a good test. So introduce yourselves.
We're Endeavor. We met about 96 hours ago. I'm definitely not the smartest person on my team, but I've met a lot of really smart people at Startup Weekend that do hardware and software, and we built a business in 96 hours. So we're here pitching to you guys today. All right, so how's it going, guys? Good? So we're Endeavor. I feel a little freer now. We're not pitching for money or anything, but we're driving the virtual revolution forward. I got paired up some really smart kids here. I know a lot about virtual revolution. Coming on the team, I knew nothing about the virtual revolution that's actually happening now. So we go to the next slide. As some of you may know, Facebook bought out Oculus for $2.2 billion. For you guys who don't know what Oculus is, it's a headset that puts people in virtual reality to their favorite game, or they're expanding it to other worlds and maybe even movies and whatnot. Go to the next slide. So the big problem is virtual reality is expensive. It costs upwards to $2,500 for the average consumer just to put it in their home. And you can't play with other people on it, and there's some problems with it as well. And that's a quote from the Oculus CEO who's building technology himself. He says, everyone will want VR long before everyone can afford VR. And if the guy who's building it thinks that's true, and we definitely think that's true as well. So gaming needs. We surveyed a lot of gamers and looked at a bunch of different surveys. The biggest thing, the most common thing that has contributed to the growth of gaming from $7 billion 10 years ago to $23 billion this year is the social gaming with family or friends. It's the internet capability that allows people to game with others. And that's what's really contributed to the growth. Go to the next slide. So if you want to game with others, Oculus Rift doesn't currently have a multiplayer feature. You can only do it on LAN, you can't really do it online. So if you want to do game with others, you'll have to get 4 Oculus Rifts and 4 high-end gaming PCs, which you'll likely have to build yourself. They don't really sell these. We know how to build a couple of these. We've got some smart kids on my team who know how to build stuff like this, but it gets around $10,000. It's not really feasible for the average consumer. So we did a little bit of market research while out on Startup Weekend, and we found that 86% of consumers, gamers, that have used Oculus would like to play their favorite game within virtual reality, given some debugging and other features. And they said they'd pay between $15 and $20 for 30 minutes of gameplay. And not only that, they're looking for more than a game, but an experience. So the solution is an affordable, mobile virtual reality arcade for the average customer. We'll go a little more in detail how it can be mobile. So basically, we're going to start off in kiosks and at events, bringing our hardware as well as the Oculus Rift. We start with 4 users to 8 users, to a trailer that holds 20 Oculus Rifts and hardware as well, to multiple trailers, to start branding and developing and selling our own hardware. We're going to try to become the Xbox of virtual reality gaming. So basically, when we start to hit 8 users, we have a little bit of, well, we'll go to the cost structure first, but we're going to go, the cost, what we need right now, we have some of this funding, we got it this weekend, but we need 4 gaming systems, 4 Oculus Rifts, 4 high-end computers, and a kiosk-based mobile. Basically, we're going to start here at Christmas season right now. It costs about $12,000, $12,500. And from there, we plan to go. If we do the 1-month calculations at one location, let's say we do 5 days a week during Christmas season, and operate at 50% occupancy, we get $16,000 a month. That covers all of our overhead costs. This is rapidly expandable. It's just now growing. And we did an initial sales and research that looks small. So we go up further from there. So competitors in the market. We just found out about HTC Vive, actually. They started this about a month ago. They started their own trailer literally a month ago to try to get some of the market space that Oculus has. They're basically the Android to Oculus's, basically Apple, who owns the majority of the market space right now. And through their research, and Oculus' research as well, mainly they're servicing young males ages 28 to 35. They're a little more risk averse. They want to try out new technology. and they're into tech. So current backing, we got first place to start weekend. So Starter Space is offering us $5,000 to $10,000. An incubator space as well, $2,500 in legal credit, one source accounting services, and we go from there. We got also an awesome board of advisors on this. Bill Dorman, director of GTech, many of you guys may know him. Quan, founder of Starter Space, he loves the idea. Adrian De Santos, he's here in the audience somewhere. We asked him a little bit earlier today about this. And he's the director of UF Center Entrepreneurship. And I think we have a phenomenal team. So if you go down from there, just go to the next slide. So we talked to a couple people. We talked to Feather, and they have connections with Comic-Con and PAX. And we also talked with a couple people that have worked with NVIDIA, Intel, and Oculus, as well as Alienware. And we found that we may be able to pull some potential sponsors. We know the people who do run Comic-Con, we know the people who do run PAX, and we can set up our events there. We've done some extensive talking with Feather, who is very involved in them. They do all their marketing, and said, do you think they'd be interested in something like this? And they said, very much so. And I put Kickstarter on there. A lot of you may not know how Oculus originally got started. They put their stuff on Kickstarter. They asked for $250,000 in 30 days. And what they got was $2.4 million in 24 hours. It was ridiculous. People loved the idea of virtual reality. They had a small demo, showed people using their favorite games in virtual reality. They got $2.4 million in 24 hours. That's the route we want to go as well. So economists predict the VR market could hit $150 billion in revenue by 2020. And it's non-existent right now. And this is, if you don't know about VR, you will know in 2020 what VR is. This is the future, I guess. And I didn't know before this weekend either what VR was. So we can start today, and we are starting today. My team and I, I'll bring them up here a little bit later. We're going to hit sales within the next 30 days, and we want to start marketing just for Christmas season right now. We have the funding to do it, and we will do it. And last thing, some teams may ask us, and a lot of questions we got were, why can't someone else just do this? And we're going to go talk about our connections with Comic-Con, PAX, our connections with our board, our funding that we got. But it's really the team. The team that I have is extremely passionate about what we do. Extremely passionate about what we do. The past 96 hours, they've worked nonstop developing this plan. We have financials down to a T. So if you have any questions or are interested in driving the virtual revolution forward, come see us. Thank you guys for your time.
Any bingos?
Any bingos? Are you telling the truth? Good job. Yell it out.
Bingo!
So you want steak or chicken?
Bingo!
Bingo, exactly right.
Bingo!
Oh, and we'll also make him be a judge again.
Probably all have the same bingo.
You got a bingo?
I got it.
Yes, yes, yes. Angela Pate, would you please come up here? You guys can confer right now. Verano, who put together our event booklet, she is a gem. So we're going to adjourn to the Cox Awards dinner in the other room. For those of you who are departing, I'm sorry, but please, we believe in recycling. If you would put your badges in the basket outside, that would be great. We're going to be announcing the top